Oh, baby, how you lie. Can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. All my life, you're a friend of mine.
It's Ceci and Adam.
And good morning.
Is it?
Well, it depends what time people are listening right now. Could be night, could be evening.
So tired.
It just always feels like night after the daylight savings ends.
It's the worst.
Everything ends.
The older I get, the more I despise daylight savings.
Every year it's like another
Wasn't it
hour.
2 weeks ago now?
I think so. I don't know. I'm just waiting for April.
To be honest, since this is the mom-lineal podcast, so it's the interplay of the generations.
Yes.
I'm the mom, Gen X.
Yes.
You're my millennial friend.
That'd be me.
And then we got Gen Z over here changing the world.
What?
Whoop, whoop, represent.
We talked last week about what is middle age. And I was like, I'm not in middle age. I'm clearly in middle age. Because I have to sleep with the window slightly open in the middle of winter.
Oh, boy.
Or I get too hot.
Oh, my. Oh, we've hit that category.
We are at that category.
Mm.
Yes. But my husband, he does not have that same temperature issue that I have. But I'm like, if you want a happy wife, therefore a happy life, you'll sleep with the window open. Trust me.
Which I feel like is the best sleep with fresh air anyways. Am I wrong?
It's so true. We should be sleeping in colder environments than we do. Dave was the accountant this week.
Here we go.
He's listening. He finds out that with our Spotify account, which by the way, you can listen to the Mom Millennial on Spotify.
Please follow.
Good plug.
Thank you. I'm a good promoter.
Yeah, look at Gen X.
He realizes that you can listen to audiobooks with our premium account.
Oh.
So he's listening to this audiobook on comfort. And he announces all of this brand new information to me, which is, do you know that we are always seeking comfort and we're generally too comfortable as a... I was like, yes, this is why I've been talking about cold plunging and sauna and intermittent fasting for months. You got to get your body out of the comfort zone.
Got to get that comfort gland activated or whatever it is.
You got to deactivate the comfort gland.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. I always forget about
This
that.
is the problem with the millennial generation.
So are we supposed to be taking, how you say, less vacations or?
Yes.
I don't think I'm going to meet this challenge.
We just booked a vacation.
Speaking of which.
Jerks.
Well, yeah, wait a minute. Yeah.
Jerks.
Now,
Yeah.
is this a whole family vacation or is Ellie being left behind?
No, it's the younger two siblings that get to go on a spring break trip.
Oh, I see where this is
To
going.
Mexico
Oh, wow.
on a cruise.
Okay. When did this happen?
Well, it happened because we shook off the older one and now we can afford.
Yeah, exactly. We always joked that Zane, for his senior year of high school, would go to Hawaii, and it's looking like that's plausible.
I'm sorry. Would you like to tell us about the trip you took that was the 20-hour plane ride, Ellie? Would you like to
No.
regale us with that information?
No, you didn't even go that far, did you?
Do you know the place
Oh,
in
we
the
did.
world? Do you know the place in the world that has little huts that dangle over the water?
Isn't that like Tahiti or something?
No, the Maldives.
Oh, of course.
I'm sorry. Let's take a poll. We got Gen X, we got Millennial, we got Gen Z.
Yeah.
Who amongst us has been to the Maldives?
I don't think I even knew those
Gen
existed.
Z has.
Wait. Did you go to the Maldives this past weekend?
No, I went during COVID.
What-
You can't go in a weekend.
Oh, right,
It takes
right.
an entire half of a week to get there.
That's right, 20 hours. But you've been there?
Yeah, we went during COVID when it was pretty cheap.
Oh yeah.
Like now, the flights that all of us that went took is the cost of one flight now. And
But
so
can
that was
you-
why we went.
Can you tell me again how upset you are that we're taking your little brother and little sister on a little cruise for spring break?
May I remind you of my reaction in the family group chat, which was, that
That's
sounds like so
awesome.
much fun.
I know.
Which is genuinely how I feel.
I know.
But yes, I do get where you're coming from.
We haven't heard from the second child. The second child has not checked in on the group chat with her reaction. Has she told
She
you
got the
about
super shaft. She got the super shaft with that one. No, she hasn't told me about it. She did tell me that she was successful in learning how to braid hair this week. Received a phone call of ecstatic excitement because she's in cosmetology school, but her 2 other sisters always braid her hair because she can't. She up until this week was not able to do so, and she was very particular about her braids, and so she doesn't let anyone do it other than her sisters. So it was a big accomplishment to learn how to braid this week, and I was very proud of her.
It's a very different flavor in a girl house. I grew up with 3 brothers and myself, who's a guy. We had nothing to braid. No braiding, nothing. It was basically like if we didn't leave dishes long enough where they got crusty, it was a good week. It was a good week. So very different indeed. So there was a braiding system is what I'm hearing?
Yes, I, as the oldest child and with a mother that does not know how to braid hair, had to learn how to braid hair. And so
not that I didn't know how, didn't want to.
You're like, deuces.
You would think with 3 girls, that's a skill you would want to learn.
I don't know how.
No, take this twisty tie bread thing and good luck.
No, I actually really don't know how to braid the French braid.
It's actually really tough, isn't it?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I really don't know how.
Because like I couldn't even memorize the knots in Boy Scouts.
Right.
So I can't
you
even
might have
imagine.
a hard time.
Yeah.
The second oldest is excited today in cosmetology school because they're doing something that she would be good at. They're learning how to sew in fake hair extensions.
Whoa.
But she is a seamstress. So she's like, I got it. I'm going to shine. I'm going to shine. Yeah. We also had a group chat going today. I'm so Gen X. Dave says to me this morning, you haven't sent out your Google document with your birthday / Christmas wish list yet. I'm like, okay. I've been working on it. So I
Keep
sent
in mind, she hasn't sent it yet, and her birthday's in 10 days and expects us to have her birthday gifts within 10 days of the birthday.
I think you got to stop being so snarky when you talk about it, because I was listening back to the podcast and I was like, I sound like a royal worst person ever regarding my. It's all because you make me sound like that.
No, I'm kidding. You're really not.
Okay,
you're just like your birthday, like the rest of us.
Well, so it's fine for my kids to send me their Google documents months in advance, and then they keep changing it up to the last minute. So, so I was like, oh, I have the Google document. I'll just forward it to everybody. So I clicked copy, and paste,
perfect,
in the group chat, and then everyone was like, "Nah, we can't open this. We don't have access. We don't have access." I was like, what? Access to what?
I love it. It's like the classic doc issue every time.
I know. Gen Z over here. Normally she sends me a screenshot recording of how to do certain things. Like she sent me
that is true.
She sent me how to put my phone on 0.5 to record the video for this podcast. And then all these settings, and I'm like, and then I got out my notebook and I put my reading glasses on and I take notes.
Oh my goodness. Excuse me as I go churn butter after this. But in all defense to you, I didn't know how to do 0.5 either. I've just been a 1.0.
Your phone is so bad. Because Ellie and I were talking about this. I was like, would it be better? I said, would it be more helpful to have Adam also be recording from the different angle? Because she has to go in and post edit.
Right.
And she goes, Adam's phone sucks. You don't have the latest thing that's.
I don't. My phone doesn't face read. It doesn't 0.5, 0.7.5, whatever. It still has.
We're still rocking with one camera.
What? Well, why do we need more than one camera? I'm single.
For the podcast.
For 0.5.
We literally have to do everything.
I can't keep up with this generation of.
We, Gen Z and Gen X, literally have to do everything.
The millennials are just like, you know what? We tried and we're out. Give me a typewriter. I don't even. So what does numerous cameras? Sorry, not jumping to your story, but what does, in all honesty, numerous cameras do?
It gives the viewer an idea of who's talking when they're actually talking.
Say it nice, not in a snarky way.
I'm just like bait though. I'm just putting it out, just reeling it in.
Say it nice.
Sorry, my sarcastic self couldn't hold back. Anyways, in other podcasts that I watch, They have they have 2 to 3 cameras.
Two to
One that
three.
shows the overall like shot, like the 2 people in the shot,
Okay.
and then a camera that each person can individually look at. So that when they're saying a long story or saying something funny, then the camera goes just at them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally.
it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So on your Google Christmas list document from someone that has more money than I have to give you a present of headphone covers,
Which are amazing.
you need to upgrade your phone for your job,
For my job.
which is also a tax write-off, right, Ellie?
Business expense.
Are we an official business though?
I am.
Oh. That's true.
fund it.
That's right.
I fund all of it.
This is true. I just show up in my sweatshirt I've worn for 10 years and hope for the best. Well, that's good. So I should put it under Ceci Labarge LLC.
Yes.
Get me some money.
I don't know.
We'll see. I didn't realize. I thought people used actual like big cameras for those podcasts. Those are all just phones. I'm like the greatest generation.
Some people
today.
use
I'm so
phone-
old.
Some people use phones, but usually it's just like a small camera that's like the size of a phone.
Wow.
So where are we at now, Ellie? Because your goal is to get us 100 YouTube subscribers
It's close.
by the new year. It's ticking
We're
up.
close. We might hit it by December.
Hey, you
Which
watching
means-
are the best.
Which means nothing.
That means I'm still gonna have one camera phone. We'll keep doing our regular jobs.
Yeah.
All that
Maybe
stuff.
that should be your goal. Put $100 into the podcast.
By Jan 1st.
Jan.
We're at
Well, I'm
90. We're at 90 subscribers on YouTube. So try to get those numbers up by the end of the month.
Thanks, everybody. You're
Thank
awesome.
you. No, our YouTube subscribers are not awesome. No.
A lot are. Especially the mac and cheese video. If you have not seen that yet.
You know what I noticed on YouTube? This is a generational thing. People really always are on Team Adam. Have you noticed this?
Are you
Gen
sure?
Z?
Oh yeah, people
They are-
love Adam.
They're not on They're not Team Gen X.
No, is it the millennials carrying it? Are we the subscribers?
You are on the YouTube.
Way to go.
TikTok.
I don't know.
TikTok. People don't comment a ton on the TikToks, do they? Not a
No,
lot of engagement.
people commented on the math video where you were saying that you don't teach your kids to drive and you don't teach your kids how to do math. A lot of moms agreed with you on that one.
That's
I think moms are taking over TikTok like moms took over Facebook.
100%.
I think they need to have some kind of new social media for the younger people until we were like, this is cool.
I'm gonna go
How-
like.
How does this work?
Hey, sweetie, I sent you an emoji. Love you. Is that what social media is? Is it really just a younger generation running from the older generations every like 5 years?
Yes.
This is mind blowing.
Until they can catch up.
they can catch up.
And then we don't really know how to send Google documents, and so we have to talk to our Gen Z kids.
And then my favorite is it's always like the like blonde GIF emoji girl who's always like kisses or so. That's what moms always put on comments.
Oh, really?
Always.
Oh.
Which is fine.
What's my
but-
what's my emoji? What's the thing? What's my what would you say?
I mean, the most common used emoji that you use is the laughing, crying face,
Laughing,
but
crying.
not the normal
one.
one. The one that's like tilted,
Tilted.
45
Oh.
degrees.
Because when I laugh, I tilt my head to the side. I don't laugh straight on.
It's all about that's what emojis are, emotive.
They communicate emotion.
That's right.
I did see. Did we talk about this already? About when you hand your mom the phone to take a picture and how they always like try to zoom
No,
in. Did we
have
talk about
not,
that
I don't
yet?
think.
Yeah, and
We
I
haven't
was like,
talked about it.
literally do that every time.
You
Yeah,
try
let me
and
take a picture, and then I try to.
zoom in, and then suddenly you're in like that person's mole on their chin. You're like, oh no, abort.
I have a lot of problems. I have a lot of
Technology is
problems.
hard. Can I just be real?
I'm a tech idiot. I'll admit it.
You have more cameras though.
I have a better camera than you
You
have.
do. It's really bad if you put your thumb over it. I did that my last vacation. I'm like, am I a billion years old? I'm like, look, it's an eclipse. Oh.
Total
That's my-
eclipse of my thumb.
Oh, send help, people.
I know,
My word.
I know.
Whatever. We're making it one day at a time.
I wanted one tech thing for my birthday. It's on my Google document. I needed.
Like, I'll go
I
back to
wanted
that.
headphones. I wanted Bose Quiet Comfort headphones over the ear. I have super small ear canals, I think.
Okay. Tell us more about your really small ear canals.
Talked about the lady who got stuck in the porta potty.
I did.
That's what you did.
I did. Who's traumatized for life?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm actually curious.
Okay, apparently with AirPod Pros, I insisted a couple years ago that I get the AirPod Pros because they had interchangeable ear pads, and if you had small ear canals, you could like adjust.
You could size down.
So I had those. They hurt. Anything I put in my ear hurts.
Oh, just because it's the wrong size.
Yeah, because I have small ear canals. All right. So
Nothing to be ashamed
then
of.
the dog ate, but I use them anyway.
Oh, the dog ate, of course.
The dog ate them.
She eats. You should like hide your two smallest children. She eats everything.
Ellie, I don't know if you know this, but you left your Lululemon belt bag, the white one.
No.
You left it home.
Oh, I did leave that.
and so
didn't
I stole it from you. I borrowed
there we
it,
go.
and I would. It's like a fanny. It's like a updated fanny pack, but it's a
whoa.
Lulu branded one, and so they're cool again. And so I put my phone in it and my AirPods when I go take the dog to the park.
Right, naturally.
And so she got up on the counter, unzipped it, got her nose in that Lulu pouch, and ate the headphones out of it.
She's a bougie dog. She only eats like she won't eat shoes, but AirPods. She's eaten how many pairs of AirPods?
Three
Two.
pair of AirPods.
Oh, my
three.
word.
She ate 2 of Dave's and then 1 of mine. So then Dave got these cheap, what does he call them? He got a cheap pair. She won't eat the cheap pair.
She knows.
She won't eat the imposters. She just eats the apples.
That's hilarious.
I know. I know.
She is a bougie dog.
I know. Why did she sniff it out?
That and Roku remotes.
Oh,
Yeah.
and she's eaten 4 or 5 Roku remotes
And 1 Catholic devotional.
and the carpet when you were done.
Oh, that's right.
You still owe us $7,000 to replace the carpet. You owe us free dog sitting for life.
For life.
That's how we figured we could afford
Mexico.
to go on a cruise this year. Is we don't have to pay you to dog sit because Mallory will be home because she's in cosmetology
Oh, that's
school.
right. So all these years you could have gone to Mexico.
We could have gone to Mexico.
And yet you're paying me to sit in your hot tub. Well, that's good for everybody.
I know.
That's wild. I can't believe she eats really. But has she eaten any food, like actual real dog things?
She eats food. You can't leave food on the countertop either. She'll sniff that out too. You have to put it away.
That is so wild.
Yeah,
Your old dog ate food.
I know.
A lot of food.
I know.
But
these dogs.
we can't keep up with them.
I know.
Wow. At least you don't have to deal with horses.
Okay.
Okay, that was a total segue because did you hear about the story of that plane that had to go land at JFK Airport like emergency?
What?
And the pilot gets on the radio to the control tower. It's like, yeah, hi, this is so-and-so flight, blah, blah, blah. We need to make an emergency landing. We have a horse running around on the plane. We're a cargo plane.
On the plane.
We have a horse that got loose.
A horse got loose on a plane?
On an actual plane. And like, we're going to have to really land to get this thing back in its crate or whatever they were doing. So for like a half hour, there's this horse just galloping around the cargo. I'd like peanuts, please. And it's running around, and they couldn't get it back in. So like, we have to make an emergency landing.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of questions.
Is there people on this flight, or is it merely a cargo? No, it's a big cargo plane, so the horse is like in the body of the plane.
That's my
Not
understanding.
in the belly of the plane.
Correct.
There's not like layer 1 of passengers and then the belly of the plane.
It's just trotting along, getting up to first class where it wanted to be.
Aww.
So they had to make a landing for this horse. Like, what in the world? I've heard of snakes on a plane, but what about a horse?
That's awesome.
So you would have gotten on it and ridden around the plane?
This is the plane I want to be on. I want to be on the plane with the animals in the cargo.
Probably still less disruptive than that kid kicking your seat in the back.
I'm pretty sure.
I'd be like, I'd take a horse.
Or the jerk who leans his seat way back into your lap. And you just like,
Or you know the ones I've seen, I feel like on social media, is people putting their feet up on the armchair at the back behind you.
People that didn't.
Ellie's horrified.
Heck no.
She would know
Absolutely
because she's
not.
been on a flight to the Maldives. So she's had plenty of time to experience bad plane behavior.
Yeah, did someone stretch for 20 hours? Put their feet up behind you?
No, that was a great flight experience. I have no complaints about that one.
She was in first class.
Dang. It was cheap.
Business.
That's right. That's like half bougie. No horses.
They could lay down and take a nap.
What?
That is true.
That's a
I
thing?
slept for like 8 hours. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing on a plane.
But she's mad because her little poor brother
It's going to Mexico.
to Mexico.
We need to rehash. We need to rehash all of our reactions to the first spring break trip that we went on to Gulf Shores. When the condo that Dad booked, do you remember our reactions walking in that staircase? This place turned out to be magical. We went there multiple times.
I know. I still love that place. It still has my heart, big time. We, a friend, it was actually really before we were good friends, told us about this condo place they stay at in Gulf Shores.
Okay.
And last minute, we decided we could swing a spring break. We didn't think we could when the kids were really little.
That's fair. It's different.
Yeah. And so we were like, last minute, let's just go. We need a break. It was a really tough winter, like weather-wise.
Yes.
And they told us about this place that they stay at. So we pack up the car like a day before. We drive there, and it looks like one of those motels you get murdered at.
Oh, no.
We all thought we were dead.
Concrete, stairs, janky elevator
Oh, dear.
situation.
Oh,
We were
no.
like, oh.
Let's go back home.
Yeah, let's get in the
There's
car. Go back.
always a broken elevator. One of them always is broken
Oh.
or breaks while we're there.
But then we
Yikes.
open the door to the view of the Gulf of Mexico.
You're like, I'd get murdered for
And
this.
we'll get murdered for this. Anyway, we loved that place so much. We went back there probably 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
that
I think we've been
place.
there like 5 times.
We were gonna go again, and then the idea came up about the cruise, and we're like, the kids would really love this. So we tell the kids, you know how it is having teenagers. We're so excited.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, it's an investment trip.
Totally.
And we tell the kids, and the 15-year-old goes, I'm afraid of boats and water. And then she goes, and I hope you're going to tell me there's Wi-Fi. No, we're not buying the Wi-Fi package.
You're going to go out and play in the really expensive pool.
She'll just sit out in the sun with me. It's what 15-year-olds do. It's the best.
Absolutely. I'm surprised that was her initial reaction because the family group chat reaction was, "Gets us going on a cruise to Mexico for spring break with Mom."
She wanted to lord that over her older sisters.
So you text like a bunch of photobombs about Maldives. Oh, this was
The
me at
only reason she wants Wi-Fi on the cruise is to show pictures to her friends
that
of
I'm
her
on a cruise.
that she's on a cruise.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to be like, here I am, and it's
Yeah.
snowing where you are in May, but whatever.
Exactly.
Enjoy.
Exactly.
I give credit. I would be a little bit on team daughter of that. Cruises freak me out.
Have you been on one?
No, but that's why.
I will be 100%.
little-
I'll be 100% honest.
Yes.
I went on one cruise. I did not enjoy it.
Oh no! Here we go. But why
I
though?
didn't like it. Several reasons.
Okay.
I felt like the vibe was that people work really, really hard 51 weeks a year just to like go crazy for 1 week on a cruise with an unlimited drink package and unlimited food.
Gotcha.
And I mean, I did belly up to the free ice cream soft serve several times a day.
I mean, we paid for it after all.
I partook in that. There were a lot of drunk people on the cruise,
Which you don't want on a boat.
and
'Cause-
I just was like, and you know me, it's very hard for me to be truly entertained in something. I don't enjoy many things.
Like sunsets or sunrises.
I'm kind of a
Or Broadway shows, theater things.
I liked Hamilton.
Oh, there you
True,
go.
you did.
I looked
That
down,
is
I
true.
looked down.
So what I preferred actually when we went on the cruise was we stayed at this really nice hotel in Miami, and I thought
Ah.
what I really liked was that hotel.
Yeah.
And so the next 2 years, Dave and I went back to that same hotel because I liked getting away, but I like being in one location on the land
Yeah.
and walking and deciding what I want to do with my time.
That makes sense.
And I kind of thought the cruise was kind of cold, the wind, windy.
All this natural air,
Just-
the
yeah,
worst.
Being outside. And I have very bad equilibrium because of the small ear canal, probably. And so when I got back from the cruise, I felt like I was on a boat for a week. It was horrible. It was so horrible. So but I figured like I'm such a sacrificial mother. I figured really that the kids would like it. So I think the kids would really like this experience. So we're doing it for the kids. We're going to Cozumel. I don't like Cozumel.
I don't even.
It's super touristy, and it's all about like taking a picture at the bright Cozumel sign.
Of course.
Anyway,
Proof you're there.
I hopefully that this is going to be. But every night I've sat in the hot tub with Zane. He said, he has been in a not talking mode, which with a 12-year-old boy, you have to let them.
He's hitting that season of life, isn't he?
So sometimes he wants to go in the hot tub every night, but sometimes he just sit there and he stares off into space, and I'll say, "What are you thinking about?" Nothing. And then Dave told me it's possible for boys to really be thinking about nothing.
You bet.
Which I think we've talked about this on podcast.
Oh, it's the best.
Nothing? Just to think about nothing. That sounds nice. But then, last night he goes, I'm like, what are you thinking about? He's like, the cruise.
Oh,
Like, I'm really excited.
That's awesome.
So I'm excited about it. But then what you get with the accountant when you book an expensive trip.
You better enjoy every moment of air you get out there.
So Piper goes, Piper's on to him.
Uh-oh.
She says to him, was it expensive? And I say, yes, it was. And she goes, is it going to affect Christmas? Which was my thought. Which is exactly my thought. I don't want this to affect Christmas.
The checkbook doesn't fall far from the bank, does it?
So the accountant's basically like, if we're going to go on a cruise, that's Christmas. Which sucks. And then so I said, I am going to book an appointment with a vertigo specialist. And he goes, see, now we can't afford it. If you're going to go to a vertigo specialist, we can't afford the cruise.
That's even more expensive. Well, that's going to be something.
I need a lot of help.
That's going to be something indeed.
Gen X is really showing up in force
You're
today.
having a good time on vacay, aren't you?
I'm not a good person to vacay with. I'm not.
Here's my favorite part. I would have thought drowning would have been a finishing contender for worry, but okay, the air and stuff is in vertigo. Oh my. Oh, well, have a good time when you guys go whenever, and happy Thanksgiving to you guys too, by the way.
Oh yeah, we're taking a break next week.
That's right. We won't be on the Monday after Thanksgiving, but we'll be back in December.
We'll be back in December.
That'd be great.
Tell all your friends to subscribe on YouTube.
Yes, give your friends the gift of the Momlennial YouTube page.
Like and follow.
If you want more of the Momlennial podcast, well, then subscribe. That way you'll get new episodes without having to do the work, and that's totally our jam.